Welcome back to the Business of Soul Searching. I'm Erin, your host, and I invite you to join me as I travel from city to city, interviewing people from different walks of life that have faced their fear and came out on the other side. Are you ready for this? This is Erin from the Business of Soul Searching podcast, and I am back with my usual mix of controversy as well as soul searching stories. I have a return guest, one of my favorite guests, and it's funny. I was just thinking, I'm like, wait, I know who I know you through. I obviously know you through my through your sister. Look how I was trying to call her my sister.
It's okay.
I feel like I've known you guys forever. But I was just like, how did I meet you? And I remember it was summer because I actually went to a concert afterwards. But what really stopped me before I went to the concert, and what really like had you stick out of my mind, is the fact that you were, going to school for dance therapy. And that just like, I don't know, it just shook me. So before we get into that though, let me formally introduce her. So she's the artistic director of Valiant Arts Studio, which is where we are currently. This lovely studio, so beautifully lit up, and yes, so you guys will get more visuals of the studio as well. And she has her master's in clinical mental health counseling and dance movement therapy. And she's currently working for the Providence Center with the adolescent population, which is not...
it's actually not too bad.
It depends on who it's in, and you probably, I feel like if it works for you, it works for you,
Right.
If you like it. Some people like children more than adults.
Right.
To work with, to be honest. At the hospital I work with, some people are like, no, it's kids. Like, if I leave here, it's kids. Like, I'm not working with adults. There's too much drama, and But anyway, so you... Okay, so let me get back to my story. So anyway, so I was really just immersed in your confidence. I was immersed in the thought of, holistic healing, which I'm very much into, because there's not one way to heal.
And it's not a uniform process.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And I know that from being in the mental health field, and I like that you incorporate dance into that. Like, that just shook me. So what kind of led you to want to even incorporate dance or opened your eyes to believe that dance could be incorporated in therapy?
Well, for me, like, I know what dance has done for me. It's very much so like a healing process. Mm-hmm. And I know, should I keep this to myself or should I share it to the world, right?
Wait, but that's the thing though. Sometimes we're like, this is what makes me feel whole. If I share it, is it going to be a task? Is it going to be a job? Is this going to make me not?
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, so I hear you on that. But anyway.
Yeah, I know that, like, I've been through crazy things in my life, and movement, and dance is one of the outlets that kind of help me just get through things or kind of process my situations through. And I figured, oh my God, like, there has to be a way, right, where it's clinically proven that dance can assist someone in helping them through their depression, PTSD, anxiety, and so on and so forth. And so I went to Leslie University, and I'm like, this is just perfect, like, right, just combining my both.
That you found it, but it's like aligning it. Everything fell together, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, there was hard work involved, but it's like finding what you need. It's like, this is a thing. I can make this happen.
It did, and by God's grace, I made it happen. And I was able to get this degree, and just kind of seeing how the holistic process is very much more so important and essential to everyone's life. I think that people don't necessarily know what they're, like, the crazy craziness or the how astounding their body is.
Definitely.
Right? And how like, we wake up every day, the first thing that we do is what? We stretch before we get out of bed. Right? We awaken the body from head to toe and we're like,
even breath.
Yes,
Yeah,
right? That's
even
something
breath
that you
is like-
feel it. Like even a couple of days ago, I did an activity with one of my clients where I'm like, okay, we're going to work on the breath, right? You just give them a piece of paper and like, all right, just draw, right? Not giving them, but we're drawing your breath, right? Where is it? Is it heavy? Is it intense? Is it short? Is it shallow? Because that says a lot about what we're thinking, what we're going through, and the things that is in our minds. And it just, like for me, it's just everything is movement, right? Our walks, our talks, our breaths, the way that we move, and our characteristics, our traits. So it was very insightful for me to kind of go in this field and help other people, because a lot of us don't know how to express verbally how we feel. But you know what?
Yes.
I can move it. And it's not like, oh, I have to do this 5, 6, 7, 8 choreography.
Yeah,
kind of thing,
which
right?
scares us. Which scares us people that haven't been dancing for our whole life. It's scary. Okay.
Believe me, I go through it so many times. It's like, oh my gosh, I have to do a full
Yeah.
routine. No, I have to explain it, where dance therapy is not like that. It's really going into the cognitive and just emotional aspect of who you are as a person.
Definitely.
And saying like, you know, I've been internalizing this emotion for a very long time, and this is really how I feel. So that's what led me to really going into that, like, movement can be such a tool for those that don't have the voice, but have the opportunity to physically move. And even those that don't, because there are a lot of people that are, right, the
Bound
autistic
by-
population, right, or just, I can't move, right, or I can't move from the bottom up, or whatever it may be. But okay, there are other things that I can do, and they can still utilize other parts of their bodies to express their emotions. And so I wanted to, I know it feels, you guys really have to try it. It just feels so good to move, right? To just feel this moment where I'm like, I feel whole, right? Even if, okay, I can't move my legs, but I can move my arms, right? I can't move my arms, but I can move this side of my body. So it just feels different. Like I can't even fully express it into words, right? Especially,
well, because it's interpreted through movement, which is almost like a different language,
right?
Kind of, you know. And that's my thing, is that at least a lot of people that I've met, and myself, sometimes you feel something so deeply, words don't really illustrate. Like, it's for some things that I've gone through, and maybe people that are listening understand this too. It's hard to put it into words, but like, if someone's singing a song, I can sing that song,
Right.
and I get it, and the artist gets it, and the people listening get it.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's somewhat similar with dancing too. It's like another way to express yourself, because sometimes it's, whether it's painting, dancing, singing, or you know, because sometimes it's just hard to even know like what you're trying to express.
Right.
You know, so
It is.
I think it's beautiful what you do, and just encouraging people to find another avenue to express themselves is so important, you know.
Yeah.
But before we get too deep into it, I do have my introduction. You know, I have kind of this like introductory game just to warm people up to the mic. I used to do radio, so I say mic. And actually when I had you last on the show, I was doing radio, so it was like, I'm not sure if I had this game, but you know, I have people pick a number, and then the number corresponds to a question, and then, you know, you answer the question. So I used to have 50 questions. Now it's shortened to 15. These are my top 15. So if you can pick a number from 1 to 15.
10.
All right, 10. What is your go-to karaoke song?
Oh my God, such an awesome question.
I feel like you know, these are my top
I
15.
absolutely love karaoke.
Okay, good.
It's one of my favorite things to do. I just came back from Florida. I went to Florida to visit my
Yes.
my family.
Yep.
I literally am like, are we going to do karaoke? That's the first thing I ask. Are we going to do karaoke?
Yeah.
And they look at me like I'm crazy. I just love it.
It's expression.
It's so fun. And my friends know, like, we're going to do karaoke today? Yes. So I have a list on my phone, like karaoke songs and things that like songs that I need to sing.
Oh, wow.
So I have like 3 top songs.
Yeah, please.
But
I've never met anyone. This is awesome. Like this, I'm like, we're keeping this on the list.
yeah.
Have to.
My top 3 is I Wanna Dance with Somebody with Whitney Houston.
I wanna dance with somebody.
Hey.
I wanna feel the heat with somebody.
You gotta.
Yeah. See, I need to go with you because okay. So that's one.
Yes.
Are these in order 3 to 1, 1 to 3, or just like it depends on what the people have and your vibe? Journey.
Yes. What is that song?
I love Journey. Wait, no, because okay, on the break we're gonna have to look. We'll sing on the break. Okay. They have some songs that I have them downloaded. I love Journey.
Yeah,
they have a few songs.
Just a small town girl living in a lonely world.
I love that.
Such a good song.
See, but you also have songs that it's like encouraging people to also be with you.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Such a good song.
I like that.
I love that song. That's literally my song. I'm like, what? Journey.
Yeah.
Got it,
See, I'm scared to death to do karaoke. Like, it's weird. It's like a weird. Because again,
because our song is just so good. Don't stop believing.
I love all those songs.
Don't stop believing.
Don't stop believing. No, but you know what it is? It's like I think, or maybe other people also feel like this. You obsess about it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get up. People are gonna be looking. I have to hit every note. But karaoke, it's like you're just. First of all, it's not your song.
Right. It really
to feel like But anyway, so that's awesome. We are gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back, and then we will jump into more Valiant Arts.
It's you. You're doing the work, right?
Yeah.
The healing comes from you in that way.
Exactly.
And so you can have it, all right? It's important for everyone to know that whatever you aspire, whatever you desire, you're able to have all of those things. It's all about really putting in the effort and really having that sense of affirmation where I am able, I can be encouraged. But first, you need that validation for yourself. Self-validation is very, very important. It's essential for where you want to go. So.
She's just dropping gem after gem, and I'm just like, what do I grab onto? Because they're just coming down, and it's like, it's true though, and it's like, it starts from within, but also, at least in my experience, I did need someone initially to say, you can do this, like, to say like, it's okay to feel like you might not feel like you can do this, but everybody also feels like they can't do it, and you can do this. Yeah. Like, keep putting one foot in front of the other.
Yes.
I know one question that I don't know if I've asked you this before, but definitely not on the show, is, dance therapy is almost like kind of this new type of thing. So it's like, how did your family feel when you chose this? How did they receive this?
Well, my dad is obviously, I'm Haitian, so my dad's very old-fashioned.
Yeah.
So
I met him. He definitely.
If you're not a nurse or a lawyer,
like, what do you do?
Right.
Like, what do you do?
I feel like I had to explain it to him a couple of times. Or, Dad, I'm going to school for clinical mental health counseling. I'm going to be a therapist. He's like, what?
Yeah. So how do you get paid?
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's very, very proud of me because he's always known, and he says it all the time, like, okay, like, you're a very intelligent person, and, like, I know that you want more for yourself. But my brothers and my sisters are very much more so proud of me because they know that I am studious, and I'm this person that wants more, not just for myself, but for the people around me.
Definitely.
And even just my degree in itself, like I wanted to pursue that career because I wanted to be an advocate for those that didn't have a voice. So my family is very much more, like very supportive in the choices that I have made, because it's, oh, like I love this. I love that you're able to go out into workshops and help people build and help people kind of heal, because healing is important.
Definitely.
All right, so yeah, I mean, for some people, they ask about it, like, what is dance therapy, or what is it that you do, because it's not like something that's been around for 200 years or years, right? It's fairly new. But it's also very, 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 very effective at the same time.
Definitely. And I know some people get scared. Like, I know my mom, where she comes from, it's like, she, not that she doesn't want to believe in all of this in business, whereas like I could be, where I see myself is being very wealthy in the future, but she likes that she can tell I'm connecting with people and that I'm happy with this.
Yes.
But she's nervous. It's like, they don't want you to fail.
Right.
And they're like,
that's where that comes in.
Like, I know if they go to a 9 to 5 and they work as hard as I taught them to work,
right.
I know that they're going to be successful. I know they're going to, if they save and all of that. But this is like this new world, entrepreneur. I haven't even said entrepreneurship. I haven't even made it that far, guys. By the way, 2.5 years, I haven't even said the word entrepreneur to my mom, because we're not there yet. You know, we're not.
She's in trouble.
It's taken she's just down south, old school. It's just, we're getting closer. But anyway, so that's awesome that you have support. Some people don't, unfortunately, and that's really, really good. That
one thing I'd say, my sisters are very supportive. My brothers are too. Again, my dad is just very old-fashioned. Yeah, he just asks a lot of questions.
Like,
you know, again, it's like, is that, are you getting money?
Yeah,
right? That's
like
his first question.
So you pay
but
bills,
I always have to just affirm.
Yeah,
it's like, I'm just happy with what I do, obviously.
Definitely. Yeah, and that's awesome. You know, so I mean, you know, I felt like we've given an awesomely detailed description of your studio, why you do this, just, you know, why you're so passionate about this. So in season 4, because I try to add something every season, as we close, I want you to tell a soul-searching story.
Soul-searching story? Okay.
Where you felt like, maybe whether it's you hit rock bottom or something just really stuck out to you in your life that made you want more out of life.
Soul-searching story, I love that. Because business of soul-searching. Yeah.
yeah. Just a pivotal moment, you know.
I think a soul-searching story for me would be, well, going into grad school in itself was very soul-searching, because I think a lot of people go into grad school like, okay, education is very important.
Okay, yeah. Well, the education, it's after bachelor's.
I need something else, right? I need some more letters after my name.
Yeah.
Right. But it was also a very awakening moment for me, because I learned so much about myself. And just as being a therapist, it's like, oh, in order for me to analyze people, I need to analyze myself, right? Because I need to preach what I speak.
That's the scary part. Well, scary-ish, but
it is, because I'm like,
challenging,
oh, man,
I should say.
I can't really tell you something that I'm not practicing.
Yeah.
Right. So every day that I do my class, it's like, oh, yeah, I really got to go into this for myself at the same time. So grad school was very, very soul-searching for me, because I had to learn how to deal with people, deal with my family, and just very difficult situations.
Definitely.
And just communication in itself, where I was having this conversation the other day, like, right, am I going to continue to be assertive? Or am I going to have this passive-aggressive side of me?
Yeah.
But just kind of practicing different beliefs and values and learning how to cope with situations that happen in my life, because I have to really understand that chaos will come. Difficulty will come.
That's true. That's true.
Friendships will break. Relationships will be broken. But how do I manage? And I think that was the most important part of soul searching is take a deep breath, right? Because life...
That's huge in itself.
Yeah.
As simple as taking a breath.
It is, right? Inhale.
Yeah.
Exhale.
And then, yep.
Yeah, it was very important for me to understand that, just kind of going back to like trauma, your trauma level. It's like, why was I feeling this way? How can I manage this, and how do I overcome?
Yeah.
And overcoming has been a really big part of me at this very moment, right? Overcoming obstacles and just struggles in itself. And people will say, oh, you always look so happy. Well, right? I don't look like what I've been through.
Yeah.
And that's it.
But I also need to process,
right.
like,
I'm a big processor.
What that is, yeah.
I'm a really,
huge.
really big processor.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you
guys,
said
I'm not crying. I really have something in my eye.
She's crying.
I'm like, it's a mix because we're getting emotional. And
No, because
it's really something got in my eye, but still.
Yeah, no, I know that. And I say this to just the students that come into the studio, and we'll do a lot of different things because I teach modern and just theater, right? In the midst of difficulties, we will prosper, right? In the midst of the chaos, in the midst of just the challenges, I will serve God. Again, I don't need to be religious, but I know for me, the meat or the reason I am or who I am today is just by the grace of God. So I think soul searching has been very important for me because I found me. So today, actually, I had this conversation with my friend where I learned a lot about myself and how to deal with people and how to handle situations, whether it's friendships or even relationships where, okay, I have to do this not just for the person, but for myself, right? Because I think a lot of people say, you know, I'm gonna do this to make this person happy.
Yeah. Or do this to make this person mad, or
right.
I'm a stun on
And
my
be
ex,
petty.
or I'm a stun on my
no.
friend, and it's like, but what about for you?
What about me? Right?
Yeah.
It's important to kind of understand or acknowledge my values and my worth and what it is that I am worthy of. Definitely. And so, yeah, I think that I go into this life now knowing that it's okay not to be okay, right? Yes. And then it's okay to have that ichi moment where, right, one opportunity, one encounter. Just live in the moment.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? Live in the moment.
And we get or that's like not the definition of anxiety, but we're so focused on, well, what's going to happen if I meet this person, and then it's like, but what if we were like in the moment?
Yeah.
Especially in entrepreneurship, it's like you're missing out, on the moment of you're here right now. Like in 10 years, you're going to be there. Right. And you're going to look back.
Well,
and
every
be
second
like,
matters.
It does.
Every moment matters.
Because you don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
And at least that's what I've been really, really focusing on. I know people are like, well, you should be focusing more on business. And I'm like, I need to get me right. Like, I'm getting my business together, but I'm more so, I'm not.
How are you going to take care of everybody else?
Exactly. And my foundation, or all of our foundation, is everything. Yeah. If my mental health's not right, if I'm not figuring out myself and why I'm doing this and what gets me centered, you know, because life will bring you, will pull you in so many different directions.
So many different directions.
You know, so, I mean, that's the path that I'm on. Last year, this year, and now I'm feeling stronger, but I'm still going to be working on myself because it's like, you know, we need to as we go, and just be better and be stronger, and like you said, even not having everything together is okay, because
we're not ever going to.
No one's perfect.
Nobody.
And no one's going to be perfect.
I say my clients will come back to me all the time and they'll say, like, you know, Michelle, not gonna lie, I hated you at the beginning because you're a challenger. And I say this, I'm a challenging therapist, I'm a challenging clinician. And they're like, but you know what? It was great for me. I needed someone to push me, and I needed someone to get me out of the state that I was in, because I was internalizing so many different emotions and I didn't know how to get them out. I didn't know how to express them. So thank you so much for being able to do that. And just even having them say that is just so much more for myself, like, because sometimes I do that. I internalize so many different things,
and it comes so fast, and then you don't know how to how to get it out. I love that. So
it's like, thank you, right? So it's okay to have those challenging moments, but it's also okay to, right, find different ways to get out of those, right? Look at your situation and say, this is where I am and this is where I need to be. How do I get there, right? And take different steps.
Definitely.
Right? So.
And sometimes we do, I'm like, need. Sometimes it's helpful for people to come in and kind of be third party because we're stuck in our head, or we've been doing this unhealthy pattern for so long that we don't know, how do I get out of it?
Yeah.
Like, how do I get myself to the gym at 5 in the morning and start eating food, like, you know, eating healthy food? Or how do I start communicating? How do I stop fighting or pushing away positive people, or some, you know, whatever habits that you have? And
well, that's where the cognitive part comes in, right? When we think of just emotionally, we have some distortions in our mind. Cognitive distortions are basically just awful way of thinking, right? Overgeneralizing and catastrophizing and blaming and fallacy of truth, all of that. But we really have to tell ourselves, right, how do I shift this frame of thinking, right? How do I change my pattern? Because habits are, right, well,
it's
we're
hard
creatures
to break.
of habit.
Yeah, totally.
Right? But just like we're able to tell ourselves every day, okay, like, this is awful, right? We tend to just be so much on the weak side, like, okay, this is it. But
I can't do this.
Right, I can't do this. I suck. I'm horrible. So on and so forth. But let's shift it. Because once you start to shift that aspect of your brain, because it's basically about brain pathways, right? Once you start to feed your brain positivity, it will start to stick to that habit as well.
Yeah.
All right. I was playing the game today with one of my clients, and she's like, "Oh my God, how do you keep winning?" I was like, "It's positivity, man." Because I kept saying to myself the whole time, I'm like,
I'm gonna do this.
I'm about to win.
Yeah.
You know, and I was playing the game because we were doing check-in, but I wanted to do it differently and just kind of engage her in different things as we conversed. But it was super dope at the same time because she started to say, you know what, I'm gonna win. So I started to see her manifest this different frame of thinking in her mind, and she's like, I'm gonna win. And whether she won or not, but it was good to kind of see her say that to
Definitely,
herself.
because it's practice, and like you said, I mean, there's a whole neurobiology behind it, but I mean, the simplest is just that being okay with losing or winning, like you start to get that positive pattern of like, okay, this is okay. I'm okay with this.
This is life.
Yeah. So anyways, you know, let's wrap up. We could talk for days and days. We've known each other forever. That is true, which, you know, is great. But let people know Valiant Arts, where they can kind of sign on if they want to do classes, if they're like, I want to support, or I just want to talk to you, collab.
Yes, collaboration is very important. Valiant Arts is my baby.
Yes.
And I think of it as it's my ministry, it's my lifeline in that way. So I tell people, when you come in here, I want you to leave, well, I hope that you leave a different person, because this is my happy place, right? It's a place for you to feel whole and feel like you can express whatever it is that you're going through, right? I can express my anger, I can express my frustration, I can express my love, whatever it may be, with, you know, whether it's I'm gonna take a hip hop class or modern or jazz or dance therapy or worship dance, and right, it's a place where you can come and feel like, wow, I was able to acknowledge who I was as a person, or learn so much about myself. And even our productions are like that, where I want to go, I want you to leave and feel like, wow, it wasn't just a dance, but it was just informative at the same time. And I
felt something.
Right? Because that's important. I want you to not just feel like I saw a pirouette, but no, I was able to learn so much about my culture, right? Whether you're a person of color or just something, it doesn't necessarily matter, but I was able to just learn, right? And just move.
Definitely.
And act and sing and be bold and be courageous, right? Our motto is like, let's be bold, let's be courageous, let's be valiant. So come in. We have just year-round classes starting at ages 3, because I think, right, dance, there's no age limit in dancing. You can start as young as you're in the womb, right, and then and just continue to just dance, because you're able to express. Dance movement is expressing. So however you want to express, let me know. So you can come take a class.
Yes, try it out.
Yeah.
See how you feel.
Tell your friends, to bring your kids, bring your daughters, bring your sons, whatever.
That's awesome. It's amazing, and we need this in the community. And so website-wise?
Yeah, website, valiantartsri.org. And the word valiant itself just kind of says it, right? Because it's the definition of being bold.
Yeah, bold, strong, empowered, definitely.
And I feel like that's who I want to be as a person. And as I prayed so long for this, it's like, what do I do? How do because you want to go into a place and it's like, oh, this name suits it. And so, yeah, come in and just feel valiant.
Definitely.
So come, valiantartsri.org is the website. Valiant Arts Rhode is IG, as well as a Facebook. But you can just come and feel at home and at peace, because the biggest thing is, right, to be a voice for those who do not have it. So if you want to be part of an awesome community that wants to just assist, right, and just work and help elementary, high school, college, middle school, whatever it may be, come and be a part of the team.
Definitely. And thank you so much for coming on my show. And thank you for having me in your lovely studio. You all have to come down and just, check it out.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Totally.
We have different shows that
and
go
you have shows coming up. You guys have shows fairly regularly.
3 shows throughout 3 big shows throughout the year. One around December, so Christmas time. March, because we kind of highlight Women's Month and Black History at the same time. And then we have one in June, which is our last show. And all of our shows just kind of highlight who we are as a culture and just as a studio in itself. So and if you look around the space in itself, right, to just, be innovative, be triumphant, be artistic.
Yes. So encouraging.
Be bold.
Yes. yes. So that brings us to our close. Thank you so much. You were an amazing guest. I know I've had you before, but I feel like when I have you, it's like I learn more about you. I learn more about myself. I learn more about, dance movement therapy and just healing. And we have to do karaoke soon.
Yes,
for sure. You're gonna get me out of my little shell that I try to tell. I always tell my listeners, get out of your shell, and then I'm like, except for karaoke, right? No.
That's number 1 on my list.
Yes, definitely. So I thank you all for watching and listening, and I will see you all on the flip. Thanks again.
Yes.
Thank you for listening to another episode of The Business of Soul Searching. If you have any exciting soul searching stories, please email them to thebusinessofsoulsearching@gmail.com for a possible shout out in next week's episode. Most importantly, take a calculated risk this week. Don't do it for me, do it for you.